WrestleMania is 25 days away, and we have a few matches to go over, and one of them I'll go to when we get to it. First off, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn made this match last night on SmackDown before, I don't want to say advocating his commissionership, but stepping down for the time being voluntarily. Owens and Zayn are gonna have this match, but I will not be surprised if Shane somehow gets involved, puts himself in the match. But as far as this match is concerned, I mean, we've had the fallout between these two with Fastlane. The WWE Championship, the most richest prize in WWE, if not our business. It's an interesting match for sure. Sammy will finally get the win, and Owens will get his comeuppance after all of these months. I feel like Sam will pick up the win, and it's that simple. Something that's not simple, and something that we'll go over at another time in full, is the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. And at this point, the trophy's already been made, so I don't think there's a way they can get past it now. But I will say this about the Battle Royal. It's about time that the women had their own Battle Royal. It would make sense. And as far as I know, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will still take place. So that, especially since, the Andre HBO special happened in April, so they should have the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. So there will be 2 Battle Royals at WrestleMania. The problem with this is that, and I can go over this at another time, I mean, there's a million things I want to say right now about this. But it deserves its own video and deserves its own thing. I will say this in defense of WWE. With the Fabulous Moolah being who she was in wrestling, holding the belt for close to 30 years, to the point where she had her face on the fucking belt. It's an interesting topic, because much to wrestling fans or non-wrestling fans that they saw Hulk Hogan as wrestling, the same can be said for Moolah, even though you don't really have that many matches of her shown on WWE television or pay-per-views in general. Moolah was women's wrestling, literally, to the point where she, I don't want to say this about her, I really don't, but the rabbit hole that is articles and student reviews of people that have said this about Moolah, these are not my words, these are theirs, to the point where Moolah politicked several people, several wrestlers, not just in general, but basically Moolah was a sex trafficker. Moolah was a promoter, a vicious promoter at that, probably more vicious than Vince McMahon, to the point where if you wanted to book a woman, you had to go for Moolah. And I could go on and on, especially with the Sweet Georgia Brown incident. Again, it deserves its own video. And I can't do it justice here, because at the end of the day, this is going to happen regardless. And this is honestly why the Mae Young Classic happened. Because, and don't get me wrong, Mae is not a saint either in this, but WWE, if they had their way, it would have been the Fabulous Moolah Classic. And you're running out of people. Running out of women to do this with. This honestly could have been the Sensational Sherry Memorial Battle Royal. This could have been the Miss Elizabeth Memorial Battle Royal. This could have been the China Memorial Battle Royal. Hell, this could have been the Trish Stratus Battle Royal. This could have been the fucking Lita Battle Royal. This could have been anything. Could have been the Rock and Robin Battle Royal. Could have been Medusa Battle Royal. I don't know. I'm not saying that Moolah doesn't deserve this honor. It's that several people know what Moolah has done in the past. And again, this topic deserves its own video, and I'll do that maybe next week or throughout the week if I have time. But as far as this battle was concerned, the only entrant so far is Carmella, who has called herself the modern day Moolah. And I really do not know if you want to call yourself that. I really don't know. And technically, since Carmella's the only entrant, she would win the Battle Royal so far. But, you know, and I really don't want to talk about it here. I really don't. Because that's not what people came here to watch this for. It's for the predictions and all that shit. But did you really have to do this? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's just move on before I fucking rant about this anymore. And this is me being soft about the issue. I can go full hard on this whole thing. But let's go to a women's match that actually deserves recognition. And that is Asuka, the winner of the Royal Rumble, will face the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte at WrestleMania. And this is very simple. Asuka wins the championship. I'm not saying Charlotte can't defeat the streak, but Asuka has been on a roll for over two or 3 years now, and you have to give her this win. I mean, that way you can start a WrestleMania streak and an actual streak. And that streak has been going on for a while, and eventually someone will defeat Asuka. But this is not the time to do it. You have a monster, a literal monster, and it's incredible. So it has to stay. And one more thing before we go, even though it's not officially named on here, it is technically official that Braun Strowman will face the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, by winning that Battle Royal a couple nights ago on Raw. A Tag Team Battle Royal. Braun won it on his own. So technically, Braun Strowman will face the Raw Tag Team Champions unless he picks a partner. Or we'll see what happens next week. But for the sake of this, Braun faces The Bar. And in this case, Braun wins and becomes the Tag Team Champions. It's that simple. And with that, WrestleMania is 25 days away. And again, we'll talk about the Moolah thing in another time. Because for the moment, right now, it is a great moment for women's wrestling because they have their own Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I just wish it was somebody else that they were honoring with this Battle Royal.